Hello and welcome to a video for you, Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, your personal planets, or if you know a Virgo that you want to kind of check out what their vibe might be for March, welcome, welcome. This is a Virgo March 2025 overview. We will get a few oracle cards here. That's a couple that flew out. We'll get a few oracle cards here and then go ahead and these cards are like, they're very big. All of these decks are sort of big for my hands. And so I do love the opportunity to sort of get a vibe, get a Virgo vibe while we're filming and shuffle them with you, but my apologies for the fumble bumbles as I do so. We do have some beautiful decks though, so I'm excited about that. So Virgo, welcome. This is a reading for you guys for March 2025, kind of get a sense of what the month is bringing for you, what your themes might be, and how to use the energy to the best of your ability through the month, what's coming up, what you might want to lean into, what you might want to avoid, if there are any areas that you might want to avoid. Also, I've been mentioning how excited I am for these March readings. It is a real fun energy as I film these at the end of February with Mars going direct. It has been retrograde in Cancer since January. Mars going direct in Leo at the beginning of this month is just going to change the whole vibe of how we're all feeling. It's going to be a lot more energy, a lot more vitality if you've been kind of stuck or feeling like you don't quite know how to move forward, or things that you have been trying to move the needle on in your personal or professional or family life, whatever area, have been sort of slow or sluggish since January, really. I mean, you're feeling that Mars and Cancer in retrograde, which in and of itself is just like slow. So it's all shifting. And then March, if you are in the Northern Hemisphere, is spring for us. The thaws are happening, buds are out. I saw a whole bunch of daffodils yesterday. And so it's just like, it's a feel-good, energized time. So I'm so here for it, so here for what these readings are bringing up. And let's dive into it, Virgo. Okay, first card out for you is, the crone. Wisdom, accolades, recognition. You know, actually, I'm going to take back recognition. I was really feeling that with this coin here, but it's really, the crone can often be a wisdom that comes from within and isn't necessarily recognized or seen. She can be an absolute like reference, or like the deep sage energy is one that people come to for wisdom and for counsel, but is not oftentimes lauded on the bright, beautiful stage, right? So we're not maybe shining bright this month, but you might be really coming into a deep sense of your own wisdom, Virgo, and using experiences that you've had over the years to further some of your life pursuits, especially as things pick up here in March. She carries this coin of just the wisdom that she has collected and gained over years and over experiences, going from maiden to mother. Let's see how this goes ahead and relates to the rest of your reading. Dandelion and perseverance, really beautiful. So shining bright. Maybe this is about recognition. I mean, I just said recognition and then kind of took it back, but maybe you will be sort of recognized for a lot of the wisdom you bring or the expertise that you bring this month. We'll see how the rest of your reading goes. But shining bright, dandelions are such a symbol and metaphor for summer, for child play in the grass and in the gardens, for kind of whimsy, for making a wish even, and for sort of shining bright, for just that carefree essence that they can bring. Really beautiful. Also interesting that it's like on a cliff here. And also I was getting that transition a little bit with the crone card, which is at the end of a cycle. So you could absolutely be at the end of a cycle transitioning into the next one, but before you do, having that last burst moment where you are sending off everything that you've learned, where you're disseminating information, where you are being applauded, where you are shining your brightest. Dandelions, when we do get to make those wishes, are at the end of their life here, and also celebrated, and people are so excited about them. Oh, look, I didn't even realize this is a rainbow. Ooh, beautiful vibes, Virgo. Let's see what else is coming your way. Okay, childhood, really beautiful. So kind of just what we were talking about, or the image I was getting was like kids playing in a meadow and blowing on dandelions to make wishes, and full spectrum here, full spectrum of like childhood to crone energy. Really maybe feeling like all of the wisdom from all of the ages. And also there's a real like circle, like full circle that happens when you, I mean, I'm not yet at crone stage, but having lived a little life myself, once you get to a place where you've lived a few cycles of like excitement, failures, pick yourself back up, do it again, excitement, failures, pick yourself back up, there's a freedom in that end stage of like, okay, great, it's going to be what it's going to be. And we're going to start a new cycle and see how that goes. And there is a childlike feeling of surrender at the end of that stage where you know that you've failed before, you've started things before, you're going to start something else again. And it's not going to have the heaviness or the weight of the very first time around, even as you're ending the last stage, if that makes sense. So there's this real like beautiful sort of opal-esque like shining jewel here from childhood. So really reclaiming that joy, that happiness, leaning into that as you like celebrate whatever this is, Virgo, or step into your next chapter or carry that into your next chapter. The tacks here are so funny. It's such a like obvious metaphor to me that jewel, that shining, that wisdom that you do get in childhood can often be from real discomfort, right? Really interesting. Let's see what else you've got going on. Last oracle card here. A new beginnings, East. So real full cycle. The 3 there represents like opportunities coming in, opportunities that are being held for you, the staircase walking right into new beginnings. You might know what this is, so you might really be completing something and knowing what you're going to do next. It's giving me like, you know, maybe you graduated from one grade and you're stepping into another, or you finished one job, you're stepping into another. She's really reaching forward into the portal. It's almost like you have, I'm getting the sense that like this isn't you, but that you have like a helper holding a portal open for you, holding an opportunity open for you. If you do have a new opportunity that you are stepping towards or unsure about, it's almost like through March, you're really going to have helpers along the way that are holding the door open. Maybe that they have succeeded themselves. Maybe you're going to bump into people who have this wisdom, who are the crone in your life, that are turning around and looking at you and saying, I got you. The way is this way. You don't have to make the mistakes that I did, or let me make this more comfortable for you in some way, and really like holding open the door of opportunity. I'm excited to see what you guys got going on this month. Let's go ahead and pull cards for you. Gosh, I think I mentioned like how large these cards are earlier in the video. So I've been trying to make sure that they are all actually on the screen for you guys as we shuffle or as we like lay them out. I will put all of the decks that I've used in the description box below. There will be links, but you can look them up to find where, or if you'd like to purchase them or check them out. This is a really fun one, Tattoo and Tarot. I think the tagline is like ink and intuition. So let's see what's coming for you, Virgo. Okay, and then I always have this little like Biddy Tarot Everyday Tarot to clarify with. I absolutely love this deck. If you're a beginner, side note, and you are looking for a tarot deck, this is to start with. I so recommend this one. It relies on a lot of the traditional images from the Rider-Waite deck, but it's really simplified. I thought maybe it would be kind of like almost too simple and graphic for me when I first got it, and it just reads so well. I really love a lot of her decks, and the way that I've had a book or two of hers, and the way that she reads tarot and talks about using tarot in her own life is really similar to how I love to use tarot in mine as well. So I'll put that out there if you're looking for a beginner deck or a new deck. All right, Virgo, what is your central energy for the month of March, 3 of Coins, crossed by the 4 of Cups. Okay, fascinating. So this could absolutely be stepping out of a job, coming out of collaboration with something, reinventing yourself in work, and really moving forward through any like overwhelm or feelings about it, or ways that you have felt like apathetic or tired or too much. You're really moving through that this month. This is the crossing card, which is like the feelings part of what I just mentioned. So this is going to help you move forward or kind of hold you back. So the processing of your feelings, the digesting of like your feelings and your emotional state is really going to help like launch you forward, kind of letting that go. When we see the 4 of Cups, we're too full of usually like negative beliefs that are holding us back, like, oh, I'm too much, or I can't believe this situation. And it's creating an emotional disturbance where we're just so full of like usually negative thoughts, negative emotions, that even if the universe is trying to bring us something new, there's oftentimes like one of these cups is trying to be presented to a person in the 4 of Cups imagery, and they can't accept it. They can't even see it because they're so busy needing to digest what they have. So you're going to want to get out of your own way this month, Virgo, by doing some emotional work, some emotional processing. If you've been feeling apathetic, down, melancholy, even depressed, this is a really good month to like challenge yourself to move through it in the most gentle, amazing, beautiful way to support yourself on this next transition. The 3 of Coins in reverse really says there's just like a reversal of how you're working. Absolutely could look like a new job, or like maybe working by yourself on something versus in concert with other people. Changing teams, looking at doing something solo versus group work. Let's just go ahead and get a clarifier for the 3 of Coins in reverse from Virgo here. Let's see what is up for you guys for March. There we go. And clarify this energy. The Empress in reverse. Okay, interesting. So maybe you're feeling really burnt out in whatever work situation you're in. There's just a sense of like it's not feeding you right now. There's not a sense of support. If you are working in a group, maybe there was even an instance where you felt like victimized or perpetrated against in a way that you're just like, this is not the vibe. I'm not feeling supported. I'm not feeling alive. I'm not feeling productive. I'm not feeling rested or beautiful. All of the pieces of the Empress, right? So really seeing like, if this was sort of an instance that had you then move into a state of like overwhelm, know that all of that is really shifting for you. I'm glad to get these sort of like hard-hitting messages. I mean, they're not even hard-hitting, but just like the indication that there could be some strife here at the beginning, Virgo, because you're really moving through it, whatever it is. There's like cycles ending, cycles beginning, whole new opportunities happening. So what's here in your foundation for the month? Temperance in reverse. And what are you actively manifesting this month? The Chariot. So even moving. There could be travel in your March. There could be travel from a job to a different job. There could be just aligned action or getting things ready to move. You're very focused on where you're going and going there as quickly as possible. It's almost like this discomfort is really like charging you forward. And temperance here, it's really speaking, I'll pull a clarifier for this, but when we say temperance, she's really the eye of the storm. And we don't need an eye of the storm if there's not a storm in play, right? Like temperance is a card about balance, but it's not just about feeling balanced. It's about needing to be the bridge between two worlds, right? Like needing to be the bridge in conflict, or that there's a need for that bridge. There's a need for the calm as there are choppy waters around. So when she's in reverse, sometimes, and especially in this position, this is like your subconscious, what you're really feeling and thinking through the month that you're building everything else off of. You might be over it, Virgo. There could be a real sense that you're just like, I don't have it in me to like be the bridge. I don't have it in me anymore to like show up and be the eye of the storm. I don't have it in me to like deal with whatever this is anymore. There's like a real fed up, like I'm tired of being the middle person or the person that like shows up as the bigger person. Let me get a clarifier for this. Actually, before I do, let me get this thought out. The thought that's coming to mind is like, there's a real way, Virgo, especially with you as a sign, that you show up and you're consistently in service. Virgo is acts of service. It's making sure things are done for other people. It's like very high standards to be the best of the best in service to the world and to others. And there's a way that like you can be really not manipulated. Well, I guess manipulated came to mind, but like broken down, taken advantage of in that, Virgo, right? Like there's a sense that like you do hard work for other people, but you can put yourself in situations or environments where that feels really productive and like it's also giving back to you. Or this is giving me the sense that like no matter how hard you work or no matter how hard you effort, you're just kind of over trying to be the eye of the needle here, the eye of the storm, because the environment just isn't conducive to that. It's like, okay, well, I'm over trying to work here in a situation where it's not going to work out and you're going to tire yourself out. Okay, let's get a clarifier for this Temperance in reverse. What would be helpful for Virgo to know here about Temperance in reverse? What would be helpful for them to see about this situation? We'll go ahead and pull one. King of Wands. So yeah, just a real like lack of motivation, a lack of leadership, or it was like too much leadership, like someone who was really overbearing, didn't let you shine at all, maybe covered you up, hopefully not literally, or just like really you here, Virgo, feeling like I just don't have any more to give to this situation. I'm not giving my leadership. I'm not giving my magnetism. I'm not giving like the ways that I shine anymore. It's just not worth it to me in this situation. And you are actively choosing to move forward into something that is more aligned, is more forward thinking, is more just like where you want to be. Let me go ahead and get a clarifier for that. What else would be helpful for Virgo to know about this Chariot card? Where are they going? What are they what are they manifesting through March? What would be helpful for them to know about this aligned action piece? We'll do one more and then we'll pull one. Virgo, clarifier for this Chariot card. Yeah, Eight of Pentacles. Continue to effort toward it, Virgo. Eight of Pentacles can sometimes actually be like about, workaholism or working really hard on something. It's head down, it's focused. So however you are efforting towards this transition or towards this aligned action or towards whatever it is that you are hoping to get going, if you took an extra side hustle to take a vacation, or if you are working really hard on your resume to apply to other places to move on, or if you're working really hard on your house to move forward to sell it, like whatever it is, continue to like keep your head down and work on it because it's going to pay off for this action item, for this Chariot card and sentiment. Okay, let's get a timeline for you guys. What happened in the recent past for you? Yeah, 10 of Cups in reverse, some kind of disappointment. It feels like the rug was pulled out from underneath you. Could lend itself to the idea of like a breakup, or this feels more generational though, like disappointments within family dynamics. Maybe there was someone in your life that you trusted or that you went to or relied on that you no longer can in a way. Hopefully it's not someone that passed away, but there could be someone older that maybe transitioned or passed away with this Crone card. And then where are we forwarding to? When are we going in reverse? The Moon in reverse. Okay, beautiful. So we'll get clarifiers for this. Something in the recent past maybe led to a lot of this transition that you're going through. Just some kind of disappointment emotionally, right? The 10 of Cups is just such a card of like full send on the heart, like generational happiness, all kinds of relationships coming together, generations of like family being together or partnership. And when it's in reverse, we're feeling kind of like the rug has like been pulled out from underneath us in that relationship realm. And there's a new offer of love here. It's really beautiful. So the Knight of Cups coming in kind of soothing this for you, or even showing you how to heal, helping you heal through this. Again, this helper energy into new beginnings, right? Like new people holding doors open for you as you step towards something that is different than the 10 of Cups in reverse, stepping away from this disappointment or healing this disappointment. And again, this could be a person that's really helpful in kind of helping you digest or move forward or move through any kind of disappointment or sadness. And the Moon in reverse, you're coming into a period where if you have felt stuck, if you have felt like you are in fear about something, or just like kind of don't know what's happening, the Moon is a vibe. It's a whole vibe. The Moon is a vibe. It's about our fears. It's about being in our subconscious and in our intuition, but just not really having a clear understanding of what's going on. There are shadows. We don't know what's real, right? And so often on the moon card, there's like a wolf and a dog. And it's really like the full spectrum of how you show up to kind of find your way through the dark. Right? Like, are you going to show up in a domesticated way? Are you going to show up in a wild way? When your fear hits the fan, when stuff goes sideways in your life and it really brings up a whole period of the unknown, how do you react? How are you walking through the darkness? How are you, walking through the darkness? So it's in reverse here, coming into the forefront, into the future. We'll get a clarifier. And that to me really says you're just coming out of this period of the unknown, which is awesome. And which I'm thinking will feel really relieving. I'm getting the sense that there could be like a lot of emotional baggage, a lot of like deep emotional work that you might have been in maybe since the beginning of the year. With Mars and Cancer in reverse, it could be a very like deep dive into emotional healing for some people, let's be honest. So if that has been the case for you, Virgo, you're coming out of it into the future. It's going to be, March will take you through a time where you will find justice. Gorgeous. You're going to feel things coming to light. You're going to feel like the work that you have put in has paid off. If you are looking into like signing contracts or going through any kind of legalese moments, like if you are buying a house, it's a good time to sign. It's a sign that things will work out for you, usually through the legal system. Ironic to say, March 2025. Anyway, so as we come into the moon in reverse here, you're gonna feel better. You're moving into a time where you are feeling better, Virgo. Love that for you. Okay, how are you? Oh, perseverance too. I'm like, why did I touch this card? Right. So perseverance, like the dandelion isn't just about like dancing happily in a field. It's continuing to believe. It's faith. It's making the wish. It's seeing the next iteration of where those seeds go and blow and what they grow as the dandelion passes, right? So what are you sending into the future? What seeds are you continuing to sow, even if your present moment feels a little bit like death and precarious? So let me go ahead and see how are you guys feeling about all of this? Yeah, 5 of Cups in reverse. You're I get the feeling like you're having a tough time coming out of it. There's a tough time of like, how do I see my way out of this mess? There's a lot of emotions that you're experiencing, and maybe this is the first time that you're kind of learning how to deal with them, or like in this particular instance, or to this particular degree. So what would be a helpful clarifier for Virgo for this 5 of Cups in reverse? Oops, all of these fell out at the same time. 5 of Cups in reverse for Virgo. What more information would be helpful for Virgo, please? I'll pull on here. Yeah, Page of Swords in reverse. So Virgo, I'm going to have a moment with you right now. You gotta stop. You have to turn these around. You don't have to do anything, but it would behoove you to go from feeling like you're giving up, like there's nothing you can do, like you might be sad forever, like there's no hope ever. And also you're going to talk about it. You're going to talk about how bad it is. It's like the Page of Swords in reverse coupled with the 5 of Cups in reverse in this position is saying that you might be engaging in consistent conversation about how bad things are, or about like how it's not going well for you, or continuing the conversation. And even if it's not outwardly, like you could be doom scrolling, you could be showing up on social media and like, arguing with people. The Page of Swords is just about messages, and it's about like a young energy. You might not be feeling inspired at all. So even if it's not adverse action, there's a real lack of inspiration here, and a real lack of like feeling like you're not getting messages, like not getting the information that you need. And so I'm going to encourage you to just turn these around and do it in small steps, Virgo. So this is a 1-2 punch. It's like the 5 of Cups asks us to like focus on the cups that are full versus ones that are empty. Any tiny little thing you can feel grateful for, like choose to see that, even if you are sitting through a lot of emotion. And then choose to say it out loud. It's a 1-2 punch. Oh, I can breathe today and my lungs aren't full of smoke. I always think of this example because a few years ago, I just went through a situation where literally for days I was, locked inside in a very, very smoky region. And it has given me such an appreciation for a clean breath of air. I had never had that experience before, where for days I literally couldn't breathe, even inside, without, smoke, without smoke. It was a crazy experience. And so now even the simple act of a clean, gorgeous breath of air that is smoke-free can bring me to so much joy and so much gratitude. So even if it's something like that, right? Like, are you pain-free today in your body? Did you get up and were you able to take a shower or have clean drinking water? Sometimes it can be bringing us back to the basics and then seeing that and talking about it. 1-2 punch will move you through any emotional stagnation, right? Like doubling down on it. Oh, I'm so excited that I have clean air today. And it doesn't mean that things might not be going wrong, but like, even though I don't want to get up and even though I like really am frustrated about this situation, I'm feeling so grateful about this and I can't wait to see more of this in my life. Thank you, universe. Please bring me more of this, right? We need to start like doubling down on where you want to go and fighting for that in your mind and in your emotions and your heart, and watch that start to manifest. And Virgo, if this isn't your jam, like if this isn't your story, if you have no idea what I'm talking about and this doesn't relate to you at all, only take what's helpful and go check out other videos for your sun, moon, rising, Venus. If I'm ever watching tarot video, or if I'm ever getting a reading and it's talking about heavy stuff or like a tough time, and I'm going through a tough time, it helps me so much just feel validated. I'm like, okay, I'm not crazy. Like, this is really tough right now. And this is just where I'm supposed to be. It's just telling me where I'm supposed to be and hopefully giving me some clues in a reading about where and how I can best use the energy to move forward. So I'm hoping that that's how this is showing up for you, Virgo. And if it's not, take what you want, leave what you don't. Okay, who is in your periphery? Who's around you this month, Virgo? People, places, things that you might be bumping into. Oh, sweet. Knave of Cups. This is the Page of Cups. So I love seeing what's in this position because it can kind of give you a sense through the month of like, is this, is your community, is your outside environment kind of safe or comforting or good to lean into? Or do you might want to like, pick and choose very carefully who you spend your time with? And this month, it looks like you'll have opportunities through the month to bump into new conversations, new experiences that are really heart-opening. This could be, and pages represent, or knaves represent messages. So this could absolutely be like maybe apologies or really vulnerable conversations, connecting conversations. I'm getting like very timid approaches, like maybe you're meeting a new friend, or maybe you reach out or someone reaches out to you like, hey, like, do you want to hang out? Or you could make yourself really vulnerable to someone that maybe you've tried before, it hasn't worked out, and it might work out this month. You're going to have a real receptivity in your environment this month, Virgo. And I bet that's going to feel really, really good. So maybe that's also how you kind of relieve some of the discomfort in this, is like reaching out to friends and family or even new people that you're a part of. And obviously don't just like reach out to a new friend and dump all over them, but like lean into new connections, lean into the curiosity of meeting new friends, lean into like go to a new coffee shop and see how it feels in there. Maybe it just feels really nice to like read in a new place and like get a new vibe. Or try a new hobby and like open your heart a little bit. You'll have opportunities this month that will open your heart to something really sweet and new. It could absolutely be new messages of love, new love interests. With the knave, with the page, they tend to be like a very young energy. So, I'll leave that there. Okay. Deepest wishes, deepest fears this month, Judgment in reverse. Oh, baby Virgo. So you're afraid, your deepest fear this month is that you're not going to like revive. You're not going to come back from wherever you've been, like a little disappointed. You're like, okay, but like, will I ever make it back to the other side? Will I ever make it back to where I feel good? Will I ever make it back to the new opportunity? And before we started any of your reading, that's like already a given, Virgo. So what advice or what comfort or what direction, what clarification can we give Virgo here to help them feel better, navigate this energy of feeling like, okay, well, I'm just going to take all of those. I think it's just 3, so we'll get you like a little mini reading on this. 4 of Cups in reverse, amazing. 8 of Wands, 9 of Pentacles. Okay, amazing. So let go. You're going to like let go of any disappointments you have. Just like let it go. let the emotional baggage leave, really take advantage of a lot of new energy that's coming in, Virgo. Be comforted that there are going to be opportunities, new messages, new offers, like super coming through for you. And also you can't do it by yourself. So you can't do it. The Nine of Pentacles is just like, you know, individually, independently wealthy. This will be a time you'll have to reach out for help and support, but don't expect yourself to be like king of the castle in the rebirth just quite yet. This is really comforting, actually. It's like, don't put that pressure on yourself to be the expert on something if you're trying something new, or if you're like, you know, going from 4th grade to 5th grade, you don't know what it's like to be a 5th grader yet. Don't expect yourself to be like king of the 5th graders. You know, if you're a 4th grader and you're watching this, I'm impressed. But you know what I mean? So allow yourself some grace, and it's a double down message with this 4 of Cups in reverse energy to like let it all go and lean into practices that are going to help you get there. The Eight of Wands and the Chariot are really similar vibes. Aligned action, momentum moving forward, being ready, and like cars already at the start of a race, and then like go, the flag goes up and go. So get ready. Like I feel like you need to prep this month, especially emotionally, doing that processing and feeling better and focusing on some good things and like kind of getting your mind back on board. And I feel like you're just going to fly, Virgo. You're going to have like so many opportunities. Okay, finishing up your reading, culmination of your reading, the Eight of Cups in reverse, really cute. There's something that you don't want to leave. I'm going to go to clarifier for this. There's something that you don't want to leave, or you don't leave a situation. Eight of Cups is a graduation card. It's moving on. It's deciding that what you have is great, but what you could have is better. Okay, interesting. Wow. So fascinating. The Six of Swords with the Eight of Cups in reverse. These are kind of similar cards, similar vibes, like literally moving on to calmer shores, but you have this coupled with the Eight of Cups in reverse. So what I'm sensing, Virgo, is that this is really encouraging you to move forward. If you are in a situation that doesn't work, do not continue to hang on to it, at least in the way that it is. Spirit, the universe, this tarot reading is really encouraging you to like move from the choppy waters to whole new vistas. Take all your swords with you. Take everything that you've learned. Take your friends or your family. Take all your toys and move from like the chaos of whatever this relationship is, whatever this work situation is, whatever it is, and move on. And whether that's like moving on in your mind and creating a different vibe in the relationship, like if you know, if you're married, I'm not telling you to like get divorced, right? But it's like, okay, if you're having a constant fight about something, or if you're just in the same loop, don't stay in the same loop. You're kind of reticent to move on. You're like, okay, but the loop is familiar and I know how to fight when we do this. And I know what happens. What will happen if I just like give up my fight, you know? And it's like, well, Spirit's encouraging you to do that because there's nothing but amazing things for you on the other side. So there's this a little feeling for you, Virgo, of like still in that emotional processing phase through March. That's going to be so important to you because you have so many amazing places to go. Like you are gonna make it. This is, your cards here are so clear about that. New opportunities, gorgeous feelings from times gone by, all of the wisdom accumulated from those, and just shining bright in your new endeavors. But there's like a closing of a cycle that needs to happen before the new dandelion pops up here. And you're going to be in that closing of a cycle in January. And by January, I mean March. But you've got really beautiful things on the horizon and a fabulous month to look forward to, especially in your community. Really lean into people, places, things, opportunities that pop out to you, that invite you into your heart and to new emotional experiences, because you're going to be blessed with those this month. That's a real blessing coming toward you. Love this for you, Virgo. Let me know how it goes. Sending you so much love and support, and we'll catch you in the next one.